It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more,
to put it mildly.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Derrick Henry. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, they'll run with home. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
A run for Nick Chubb. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 39 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. This is Henry. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he's got some space here. Derrick Henry all alone. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans have taken the lead. Well, they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Johnson on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run. Chubb.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Gain of 7 makes it
the Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll run for it. Chubb. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. First down carry for Henry. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
He was taken.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round weekend. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 7.
3rd down.
They'll run with Henry. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
They'll run for it with Henry, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though. There's no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The second down better than the first, just a gain of 1. And he'll be taken down well before the line. So it's on to halftime. Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Win or go home. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway. AFC Divisional round. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
3rd down and 8.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Taken in at the 11. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
With it is Jackson. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards, and it'll be Titan football.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Again, it's Henry. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The Titans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. On the counter, it's Henry. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. They call a run on 3rd and a mile. Not only do they convert, but they tack on some yards at the end of it too.
They went against what anyone would think would be a tendency, which is you're going to throw the ball on 3rd and a mile, right? But instead they decide to run the football, because sometimes what you get is the defense is playing a little bit lighter. A lot of extra defensive backs, and they're loosened up for the pass. They found some running room and really converted.
They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Here's Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
4th and goal.
A big spot now for Stephen Gostkowski. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. They'll run. It's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
For the extra point.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. Desmond King making the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Brings up 3rd and 7.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A run for Nick Chubb. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Only a yard. It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. After the penalty, it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll run for it. Chubb going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Titans are moving on as we say so long, everybody. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.